Hallo meine Lieben und herzlich willkommen zurück auf dem Kanal von Bisu Zimt. Ich freue mich heute riesig, den guten Michał hier zu haben. Der Gute ist nämlich von Klabater und Klabater hat ein neues Spiel, das jetzt demnächst rauskommen wird. Ein Tavern Sim Game called Crossroads Inn. I'm very happy to have you here. Hello, nice to meet you.
I'm happy to.
So, tell us about the game. We already saw it 2 days ago. It was a very fascinating game with a lot of economical stuff and yeah, tell us about it.
Yeah, so as you previously mentioned, this is a tavern sim. So there's a lot of sim genre in the game, but it's not only a simulation. It's not only tycoon, but it's also an RPG style. We are giving to the hands of the player 3 different modes of the game, and in the campaign there's a lot of RPG, a lot of background story going on. So you find out that you are a king of, you are a son of Assassin King, you are his bastard, and you were hidden by him because he was afraid that he will be killed as well. And you have 1 year to build up your tavern, to develop it, and to gain influence in the world to become the king. And you will do it by different intrigues, by different alliances with different groups of interest of political groups, but you will do it while working in the tavern, while developing your tavern, while making food, giving beer to the people. So that's the campaign mode. Later on, if you don't like RPG, you just want to focus on the simulation, the sandbox mode is for you. You just focus there on the development of the tavern and on being an innkeeper.
That's quite cool. You said that there is a campaign where you can become a king, and why have you chosen the way from a tavern manager to a king?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that the guy who is in charge of the game, who invented the game, he was drinking a beer in a tavern, and he was his friends, and they thought, all the great adventures begin when you are drunk and when you are drinking a beer. So everyone loves beer. We, especially in Germany, there is this kind of tycoon simulators are really popular.
Oh yeah, we love it.
And everyone loves the medieval ages. So I think those 3 factors, match, and we think that it's a great idea because, come on, everyone loves medieval ages.
We also do, and I saw such specific ways of building the tavern. To build special rooms where you can play, or rooms where you can sleep, and even the indoor stuff. Tell us about the structure of the game.
Okay, so what differs us from the rest of simulation is that it's really complex, it's really deep, and there are so many different things that you have to take care about. So it's like in real life of a person who runs a restaurant. So first of all, of course, you have to build the tavern, you have to design the tavern, how it would look like. Later on, you have to decorate it. There are more than 500 pieces of furniture, so pretty much. And the game will be fully moddable, so the community of the game will create more and more and more stuff. So we don't know what will be the final number, but it will be quite big. Later on, when you have your tavern furnished, you have to employ people. And it's also pretty complicated because it's about managing people, because each of them is way different. They have different personalities, they have different abilities. They have, I don't know, some of them are smokers, so they are going to Rauchenpause, very, very often. So it's quite funny because if they get mad with you and they are not happy, they will just leave you, and you will have to employ other people who won't be such experience as the previous one. And when you have your employees, your decoration, there's the food, the menu. So that's also pretty complex because you have to care about the supplies, about the supply chain. So getting this wurst from this city, getting this beer from the other city. You have to keep an eye on not overpaying for the food. So yeah, so it's pretty complicated. We have you can build several floors of your tavern, as you mentioned. Different kinds of.
How many floors?
Up to 9 floors. So it's nobody in the medieval ages was building 9 floors, but we are doing it. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, and then we are also implementing some mini games in the tavern. So, for example, you can bet with somebody that you on throwing axes on the table. So you are drunk, and each time you win this axe competition, you have to drink beer. So each time you play, you are more drunk. So it's getting like fuzzy. So there's quite a lot of content in this game, because the gameplay is for 6 hours.
Yeah.
But there are 12 different endings of the campaign, so there's way more gameplay design, because the game will divide into different paths, and the sandbox you can place as much as you want.
There are so many ways to complete the campaign. Are there only good ways to complete it, or even bad ways?
No, well, that's the funny part, because we have 5 different factions, political groups, and during the history that is happening in the campaign, you can get in alliances with them. So we have 5 different groups. So with each group, the story can go right or wrong. So we have 5 bad endings and 5 good endings, and a part of that you can choose like that you don't ally with anyone. So it also has a good and a bad ending. So that's why we have 12 different endings.
That's great. I saw a map on the game, and this map was very huge. We saw little farming spots, or even other cities. What kind of role does they play?
So first of all, as I said, you will have to maintain the supply chains with different places. So it has the role of getting the food from different places, and each city will have like different ingredients of the food. But a part of that, your tavern will be visited by adventurers, and some quests will appear in the map, and you will send them to complete those quests, and they will be sharing with you the revenue from those adventures. So that's why we have this map. And I can also say that this world of Delcris that we have designed, we put a lot of heart of designing the entire mythology of the world. So in the art book, which will be added to the collector's version, there will be the whole lore explained about the world. So each city has its own culture, its own history, its own heroes. So it's a good point of thinking about the next parts of the game.
That means all the ingredients you need, you will just get by buying them, or is it an automatical process?
No, you have to buy all the ingredients. Later on, you can set up the supply chains, but also part of the ingredients you can cultivate them in your garden. So that's pretty cool. For example, you can brew your own beer at some point. You can make your own wax for the candles, for the lamps. So part of the things you can do by your own self.
As I saw, you had a lot of cooperations with breweries and with some traditional Polish food. And I'm very excited to see what is happening in the game with all those stuff you collected.
Yeah, so we wanted to make it good, and we wanted to make it unique and real. So we put a lot of attention and heart on the details of the game. So as you said, the music, for example, was made by Marcin Przybyłowicz, who is the composer of the Witcher 3 soundtrack. Well, not only the 3, but all the Witchers, and now he's working on Cyberpunk. We have been working with Eine Kitchen, and she designed the entire. Well, she cooked it in a real world, and she made a cookbook of it. And she also was working on The Witcher 3 and some other games. We have been working right now also with Alina Leśnik. She's a YouTuber from Germany, and she sings ballads from games, and she's also singing ballads for us. And we also brew our own beer, because we thought, okay, so we are making a game about brewing a beer, so let's do it in a real world. So So here we have a beer, and they also taught us how to about the process and about all the things that you cannot find in the internet. So that was pretty cool, and all the furniture was also like I know because I see the graphic designers that they are like doing their research like really properly, and they pay a lot of attention on the details.
That's really cool. When will it be released?
The release of the game is planned on 18th of October, so it will be released in 2 months. So it will be released on all the PC platforms and on the Xbox One at the beginning of the next year, and it will be available on Steam and on GOG.
Okay, and the early access will be available on Steam.
Early access is actually already available as we had the Kickstarter campaign, and one of the perks for our Kickstarter backers was an early access, and now on we have it on our website. You can buy an access to our early access, and a part of that you will get a lot of additional content to the game. So I think it's worth it because the price is still a little bit lower than the price at the release date, and the price will be €19.99
in 2019. Thank you so much, Michał, for everything you does for us. You did for us. I was so happy to see the game, and I am very excited of what we will see in the future in the Let's Plays and everything else. If you want to buy it, you can do it now on Steam and later for other consoles.
Yes, on Xbox One and on GOG as well. So but you can go to Crossroads to the website crossroadsinn.com, and you can buy also the early access there. And I hope you will wishlist on Steam. This is what I wanted to say.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Until next time. Bye bye.